Hey guys, Tina here, the Critical Virgo. Welcome back to another Fragrance Fridays. Last week, when I did my review of Cap Neroli by Parfums de Nicolai, I made mention of what I'd be talking about this week. It's actually Patchouli Intense. You already know by the title. I have the travel atomizer here. It's 15 mils, same as last week. I do not have a full-size bottle quite yet. I want to see, how I go through this, and then I'll decide if I want to buy a full size or not. I did mention that this was my Valentine's Day scent. I enjoyed it very much, and I also did make mention that it's something that I've been reaching for quite a bit lately after I got over my cold. Let me tell you guys the notes and then I'll go into a little bit more. So the notes are lavender, Turkish rose, geranium, Bourbon, frankincense, sandalwood, and bay oil, cinnamon, patchouli, leather, amber, and vanilla. Quite a lot of notes, as you can see. It's the same deal as the last fragrance that I covered. The thing that really gets me about this is the type of patchouli in it. It is not like any other one that I've ever smelled before. It's very green, very unique. And I think that you're either going to really love it or hate it. If you're a patchouli fan and you're looking for that classic, typical patchouli scent, then you're not really going to find it here. And I did make mention last week that this was on the fresher scale for me. I do get a lot of that lavender. It does pull quite soapy and fresh on me. It is very dark and on the masculine side as well, so that's why I always say fresh with caution. It really depends on how you want to look at it. I am a huge fan, as you guys know, of rose and leather and just those warmer, like ambery fragrances, and this has all those components. It is also a little spicy, and I enjoy that as well. I could see some women not going for this just because it does lean a little masculine. I've never been afraid of a more masculine fragrance, but it is definitely still unisex. Again, it depends on how comfortable you feel with a darker, deeper, richer fragrance. It does have some woods going on. It's very classy. I can't stress that enough. I have not received any compliments, but I also haven't received any complaints on this one. It is very powerful. This is one of those powerhouse fragrances that you get a lot of bang for your buck. It's a beast mode fragrance. I don't have a whole lot of those in my collection, believe it or not. Most of the ones that I do have are actually from Mancera, Montal, Profumo Roma, but I do find that the two fragrances that I do have from this house have been quite powerful, and I'm very impressed. And also for their price points, I'm very impressed. This one, it's a little more expensive than the Cap Neroli fragrance, but I feel like it is a really good value for the money, again, because it is so strong. You're not going to use a whole lot of it, and it is still pretty competitively priced with, some of the designer fragrances on the market. The 30 ml bottle will run you $66, and the 100 ml will be $195. So again, it's still kind of competitive. I feel I do like that price point at the smaller bottle. If you do have a large collection like a lot of us do, then you're probably not going to go through the whole 100 mils, and 66 for the 30 ml would be more than enough and give you a lot of enjoyment. So I think that's a great buy. As far as versatility goes, this one's a little difficult because it is so powerful, and I feel like, and I don't say this about a lot of fragrances, but I do feel like as the day goes on, this almost gets stronger. It projects a lot, and I love that about this scent. I get wafts of this all day long. Again, I haven't received a lot of compliments, have never received a complaint. I've been wearing it at my new office, so I don't really expect a whole lot of feedback from there, just because, I am new, etc. But it is, I want to say, not the most versatile fragrance that you could have, because obviously a lot of people out there aren't going to be able to wear this one during the day at work. I do feel like it does make a great date night scent, cooler weather scent. I live in Florida, so I'm just used to wearing heavy scents all throughout the year. You just get used to it. But that also might be one of the reasons why this projects so much on me, just because of the heat. So that's just something to keep in mind. It, again, may not appeal to a lot of women out there. I would never, ever, ever suggest that you blind buy this. You definitely want to give this one a few tries before you buy it. See how it fits into your life, because it is on the heavier, a little more dangerous side. I felt comfortable saying that Cat Neroli was a safer blind buy. This one, no, not so much. I feel like you definitely gotta wear it. And to be honest, the first few times I wore it, my initial reaction wasn't the best. It took me a few wearings to really appreciate what it is and what's in it. And I always wonder when I have that kind of reaction with a fragrance, like if I'm, you know, going somewhere and somebody smells me, like, do they have that same reaction? That's just a side thought that I have every time I have a fragrance that I don't like love immediately, but it definitely grows like on me. And I have a lot of fragrances in my collection, just going on a little tangent here, that are like that, like Wild Leather. That's been a huge hit, and honestly the first time I smelled it, I hated it. So that's just another reason why you need to really try something out and see how it fits into your life and if it's something that you want to wear. And this is definitely no exception to that. I definitely would never recommend you wear this one on an interview. It's very strong, and depending on your office setting, you may or may not be able to wear it during the day. I can't see a lot of younger people going for this fragrance. I feel like you probably would appreciate it if you were a little bit older. I enjoy it. I'm in my 30s, but I couldn't see like a little 18, 20-year-old girl especially going for this, or even guy, just because they probably haven't learned to appreciate something like this. Also, if I was very new into my fragrance journey, I probably wouldn't gravitate toward this, just because of the different patchouli vibe I get in it. It's not something that I would definitely like smell and recognize, oh, like this is the typical patchouli that I'm looking for. No, it's different. Again, it's very green. It's a very green fragrance, very linear fragrance as well. So just know that. And like I said, throughout the day, it almost seems like this scent gets stronger. So for me, that's a huge plus. For somebody else, it might not be. Have you tried it? You have any questions, comments? You know where to put them. I'm going to put a link down below to Osmi's website. I did check it out, and this is still available for sale over there. I didn't make mention last week and put a link directly to that for Cat Neroli, because I don't think they're selling it on their website anymore, but I did still see this one listed there. And again, there will be a link to that Cat Neroli video if you're interested in checking it out. Love hearing from you guys. Till next Friday. Bye.